Hey guys, thought I'd impart upon you some knowledge about how to get better at this game. Took me a while to figure this out because I'm pretty slow. I mean, I've started practicing with different guns. I used to be only good with the rocket, then only good with the shotgun. Now, I can use the sniper and the rifle pretty well. Rifle, I'm still working out the kinks, but I'm still pretty talented with it. Being able to beat people with LCP with like a machine gun. But then again, I don't know. I think most people just rely on overpowered rifles and just kind of run in a straight line. So, well, what people don't realize is the power of understanding certain maps. I mean, I think knowing the map is like pretty much 70% of the battle. Because as soon as you know the map, you can start to understand what habits people have, and when you understand what habits people have, you know where to shoot, when to shoot, and pretty much it becomes a way to farm people. So, a good example of, well, I thought I'd talk about that idea using the sniper. So, there's no surprise that this is a Marines map. I mean, with Hawkeyes, you can pretty much pinpoint where anyone is, and that gives her an advantage, but you don't have to be a Marine to be really good at this map. So, Mag-M, let's use it as an example, is a map where you don't really have to aim because everyone's stuck inside a hallway. So, there's only so many places their head can be, so many places their body is going to be. And all you have to do really at that point is time their rolls or their running jumps. On this map, you have to think, well, how do I get people, how do I headshot people? Let's look at it that way. How do I get people with the sniper? Well, I mean, let's look at it this way. If someone's running up the stairs, there's only one way. I mean, they're traveling in a straight line. So all you gotta do is fire your sniper like that, parallel to the stairs, and pretty much you'll hit them or hit them in the head, whatever. You know, if you're planning on hitting people, that's all you really got to do. I mean, if the bullet curves up and hits the head, fantastic. But realistically, if you're using like an SR-82 or any power sniper, you pretty much can just cripple them. So I mean, really what sniping is, like, for me anyway, it's never about aiming at the head at all. It's just about aiming at the path that people are going to walk. So if I know someone's, run straight forward, then obviously I'm just going to shoot my sniper. Ooh, that was pretty bad. Oh, dash off. I'd shoot my sniper straight ahead and probably nail them in the head. With guns like the SR-82 that have alright accuracy, and you have like dash, and you're not a character that's Marie, you might want to shoot the thing a little closer. Like, I use my snipers like a shotgun, because the power sniper, it's like, how accurate do I need to be? I just need to peg you with it, and then pistol you to death. It's a cheap ass gun. It's like really game breaking sometimes. Anyway, as I was saying, so you got people running up the stairs, and so, you know, stairs freak everybody out, and if you see anybody running up, you can fight, just fire parallel to the stairs. If you see somebody here that's an enemy and they're running this way, usually they go up the stairs, and if they go up the stairs, you know where they're going to be. They're aiming for that door. So, just fire at where the door is and you'll hit them. And if they were in your base, they're probably a little bit damaged, and if they're running away, they probably don't have that much health. So, sniper shot, rifle fire, doesn't matter. Just hit them. So, just understanding your opponent's path is going to be pretty much, like I said, a big part of how you're going to win your maps, or how you're going to do well in your maps. And, don't worry about aiming at the head. Headshots will come and go. It's like something you can aim for if you want, but for the most part, with all the lag, the delays, and any last minute movements that a person might make, it's better to just shoot at the body, and you might just hit the head. I mean, like 50% of my shots are headshots, and I only aim at the body. Let's see. A good way, like if someone, because a lot of smart players, what they'll do is they'll hang around this bottom area, and they will never ever poke their head up here, because, you know, parallel to the stairs hit you, and they'll never go too far over here because someone can shoot you from here. So good players usually hang around at the bottom and wait for someone to come down, and you can pretty much farm someone here. If you really want to rush, this is a really good area to be at. I know some people, you know, like a Carl, running jump up and then maybe jump. I just wait till they're done running jumping and then jump, and as soon as they jump, it's like, where are they gonna land? Right there, dead. You know, understanding your opponent's path, knowing the map, those are two essential parts of how you're going to be successful in this game. Another example is if a Carl escapes, goes up this path, and hides here. Well, if you're dead, and you don't want to bother, you know, if you're dead and you spawn, just spray rifle fire, like down here, and you'll probably kill them. Smart players will probably hang around here. If you're a Burton, you can probably chuck a grenade close enough, or a little bit, you know, nearby, to the point where it might kill them, or make them freak out, and they'll make a mistake. I think I got lost on a tangent here. Well, pretty much, you know, understanding all the predictable places, like Bubby, for example. I know, before the map even starts, where the hell his ass is going to be. And it ends up here. And, like, I don't know, it's a lot of people move very predictably. And, you know, it's a part of the experience. You just, 1, know the map, 2, know the path the enemy's going to move, and 3, know your opponent. And the longer you play, the more you're going to know who your enemies are. And for the most part, it's, you know, people have habits that are very predictable. And so, you know how a lot of people just hang here and take little cheap shots like that? Well, you could counter that by psyching them out, you know, wait till they fire their shot, you know, knowing your opponent. Once they fire it, you can charge, fire straight away. Or, you know, if they ran away behind the door, charge. And you'll probably hit a bunch of people, because usually there's more than one person usually in these areas, unless it's a small game. So you'll probably hit somebody, if not the person that you were chasing. Let's see, a neat trick, if you ever have to rush, or if you ever have to run away from multiple opponents, a good trick is to lure them up one of these paths. Basically, the idea is that, well, I can't really aim, this guy's jumping around too much, and there's too many opponents around, I'm going to retreat, and chances are, the more people that are chasing you, the more likely someone's going to come up behind you to chase you, and usually they run around like an idiot. So, if you're running up the stairs, and someone's following you up the stairs, you immediately turn around and shoot diagonally, and you'll get them. Or, you know, if they're smarter than that, you can look like you're about to do it, and just stall. So another component to being successful on maps is, if you're using especially the one-shot items, do not fire it right away against the person you know is just going to dodge it. Usually you'll recognize who's smart enough to. So once they dodge it, then after the dodge, then you fire. It's a little trickier, and that's where, you know, skill and experience kind of plays a part. But for the most part, if you just fire right away, any experienced player is going to have avoided it right off the bat, and then you're left with a reload time and someone chasing you with possibly a rifle. So, you know, be careful with luring them, because don't expect them all to be stupid enough to follow you in your pace. Most of them are, but not all of them. So let's see. This trick works when you're outnumbered. If you have like 3 people chasing you, you know, and you just need to get the hell out, just keep running. until, this is like an old samurai trick here, you just basically keep running, and you know, everybody's got their own different pace on different maps, and they can't all be following you usually at the same pace. So inevitably what's going to happen is, say if you have 3 people following you, you're going to have them all 3 of them in a single file line chasing you. Some of them might try to cut you off, so you have to be careful about that, but for the most part you can make it so that you can turn a 3-on-1 situation into like a 1-on-1 situation, or at least a 1-at-a-time situation. You don't have to face them all at the same time. With rifle, you don't really need to do that, really, because you know, you can pretty much burn down a couple people if you're good enough. But it's a trick, you know, if you're in a tight bind and you need to run and buy some time, try to escape and get them to follow you, so that you can hit them because they fall into your pace, into the path you want them to. And you know, that's pretty much, you know, not just sniper, but with the whole delaying your fire, but also shotgun, rocket, any of those guns really. Like, you have to be patient enough against skilled players not to fire right away, because I know, you know, some people running jump up, roll, jump, you know, do running jump, like they'll go crazy with the dodging, and really all you gotta do is wait for them to come just out of that dodge and peg them. And it takes a little bit of patience, which is hard in a fast-paced game, but trust me, I mean, if you start now just being patient with your shots against skilled players, you're gonna find you're gonna be a lot better at this game, and you'll improve a lot. I mean, you might not succeed most of the time, but if you continue to do it, it's going to be a really good skill, because you ask anybody, what's scarier than an opponent that has overpowered weapons and, you know, has a super fast rocket, is a person that doesn't fire that gun right away, because it fucks up with your pacing. Because usually when, you know, a good player charges, they expect, okay, he's going to fire that rocket, okay, dodged it. You know, they anticipate ahead of time, and when they rely too much on that, they have to face the guy that was waiting really patiently and pops him right when he gets out of a roll. So, you know, I've played all 4 of the classes, I've played all the weapons, and it's pretty much, these are the things that I have found really can make you an exceptional player. I'm not saying I'm the greatest, but, you know, I've learned a lot, and I know I've improved a lot since I started this game. Since I started, since like a month ago too, 2 months ago, and it really just takes a lot of, you know, diligence. Kind of looking at it like a science. Every time you die, don't look at it like the worst thing in the world. Just fucking say, okay, how'd I die? And this next tactic before this video ends, is for the rushers. And in general, you know, once you got the offensive part down, once you've got all the how to shoot, how to kill thing down, the next part that really separates you from a good player from a bad player is knowing how to dodge. And that's a lot harder to do than shooting. I mean, like, because anybody can fire a gun and kill somebody. I mean, it's not hard, given enough time for everybody. Knowing all the choke points, knowing where people are going to be. Anyone can do that. Being able to anticipate where the person's going to fire, jumping, ducking, rolling, a lot of that, once you master all of that, you know, you'll become a complete player. But, you know, most players have a hard time dodging, I think, and that's why a lot of them just camp. But, you know, pretty much, like, if you're an experienced rifler or charger, what's going to help you become effective is pretty much the ability to avoid getting fired at. Anyway, video's over. See you guys later.